Good morning, students. Today I'll discuss about metals and non-metals. This is the chapter 6 of class 7th chemistry. In nature almost 118 elements are found, and these elements are classified as metals, non-metals, noble gases, metalloids on the basis of their common physical and chemical properties. Okay, so first you have to know what are metals and non-metals. You already know what are metals and non-metals. Most known elements are metals. There are lots of examples of metals like iron, copper, silver, gold, mercury, zinc, sodium, potassium. All these are metals. Okay, maximum elements found in nature are metals, and non-metals are few in number, like hydrogen, fluorine, bromine. These are non-metals. Oxygen, fluorine, nitrogen, carbon, chlorine. Okay, phosphorus, sulfur. All these are example of non-metals. Now see occurrence of non-metals and metals in nature. Occurrence of metals and non-metals in nature. Atoms of most of the metals tend to form positive ions, that is cation, by losing electrons. Therefore they are very reactive and exist in nature as compound called minerals. So minerals are compounds of metals. Okay, metals are very reactive in nature. They can lose electron easily, and they are very reactive and exist in nature as compound, and these compounds of metals are known as minerals. Minerals are compounds of metals. There are many metals found in nature. Some of the metals are highly reactive, like sodium, potassium, magnesium, calcium, aluminium. These are highly reactive metals. Sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium and aluminium, these are highly reactive metals, and these metals exist only as minerals, that is as in compound form. Okay, do not exist in free state, this metal. Okay, so highly reactive metals always found in nature in compound form. Some metals such as copper, silver, mercury are less reactive metals, and they are found both as compounds as well as free state. Okay, so copper, silver, mercury, these are less reactive metal, and these metals are found in nature both as compound as well as in free state. And metals like gold and platinum are non-reactive metals. Gold and platinum are non-reactive metals and exist in nature mostly in free state. Okay, so gold and platinum, only these two metals exist in nature in free state, and these metals are known as noble metals. So example of noble metals are gold and platinum. Okay, aluminium is the most abundant metal, and oxygen is the most abundant non-metal in the earth crust. So in the earth crust, aluminium is the most abundant metal and oxygen is most abundant non-metal in the earth crust. Okay, remember that hydrogen is the most abundant element in the whole universe, followed by helium. In the whole universe, hydrogen is the most abundant element in the whole universe. Okay, followed by helium. But oxygen is the most abundant non-metal in the earth crust. Sodium is the most abundant metal found in sea. Okay, sodium is the most abundant metal in the sea water, though small amount of magnesium, calcium, potassium are also found in sea. And chlorine and bromine, most abundant non-metals in seawater. Okay, now the properties of metals and non-metals. Different properties of metals and non-metals. Metals and non-metals differ in their physical and chemical properties in many ways. A comparison of physical properties of metal and non-metal is given in a tabular form. Okay, so see the table. So the name of the properties: metals and non-metals. So first is lustrous. Name of the property is luster. Luster means the property of glowing or being bright when reflected light. This property is known as luster. And metals have luster except lead, which is dull. Metals are lustrous and non-metals do not have luster, that is they are non-lustrous, except graphite and iodine. Graphite and iodine both are non-metal, although they are lustrous. Second property, ductility. Ductility means ability to be drawn in thin wire without breaking. Ductility means ability to be drawn in thin wires without breaking. And metals are highly ductile in nature. Metals are ductile, but non-metals are not of ductile, except carbon fiber. Carbon fiber, it is non-metals, although it is ductile in nature. That is, you can make a thin wire using carbon fiber. Next property is malleable. Malleability. Malleability means ability to be beaten into thin sheet. Ability to be beaten into thin sheet without breaking. Metals are highly malleable. Metals are malleable. They except zinc, which is brittle when heated. Gold is most malleable metals of all. So gold is the most malleable metal. And non-metals are not malleable. Okay, non-metals are not malleable, but metals are malleable. Okay. Next property, heat and conduction. Heat and conduction means ability to allow heat to pass through. Ability to allow heat to pass through it. Metals are good conductor of heat and electricity, except lead. Metals are good conductor of heat and electricity, but non-metals are poor conductor of heat. Okay. Similarly, electrical conduction, that is ability to allow electric current to pass through. Ability to allow electric current to pass through. This is known as electrical conduction. Metals are very good conductor of electricity, except tungsten. Which is not a good conductor of electricity. So metals are good conductor of heat and electricity, but non-metals are very poor conductor of electricity and heat. Exception, graphite. It is a non-metal, although it is a good conductor of electricity. Okay, graphite, it is a non-metal, but it is a good conductor of electricity. Next property is sonority. Sonority means ability to produce ringing sound when hit with some hard object. Sonority means ability to produce ringing sound when hit with some hard object. So metals are highly sonorous, that is metals are sonorous. Metals can produce high ringing sound, okay, when it is heated, but non-metals are not sonorous. They cannot produce any ringing sound. And state, that is state means a solid, liquid or gas at room temperature. Metals are mainly solid at room temperature. Except mercury. Mercury is a liquid metal. Okay, and gallium, which liquefies at 30 degrees Celsius. So metals are generally solid in nature. Exception is mercury. And non-metals can be solid, liquid and gas. Some non-metals like carbon, sulfur, phosphorus, these are solid. Some non-metals like bromine is liquid, and maximum non-metals are gaseous like hydrogen. Okay, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen. So non-metals can exist in three defined forms: solid, liquid and gaseous state. So properties of metals are lustrous in nature, metals are ductile, metals are malleable, and metals are good conductor of heat and electricity, and metals are sonorous, and metals are generally solid in nature. And properties of non-metals do not have luster, that is they are non-lustrous except graphite and iodine, they are lustrous. Non-metals are not of ductile, that is they are non-ductile except carbon fiber. Non-metals are not malleable. Non-metals are poor conductor of heat and electricity, and non-metals are not sonorous, they cannot produce ringing sound, and non-metals can be solid, liquid and gaseous. So these are some properties of solid metals and non-metals. Okay, and few more properties are also given, that is melting and boiling point. Metals are generally solid in nature, so metals have melting and boiling point. Metals have high melting and boiling point, except sodium, potassium, mercury, gallium. These have low melting and boiling point. Okay, so metals have generally high melting and boiling point, and non-metals have low melting and boiling point because they are generally liquid or gaseous. Few non-metals are solid in nature. Okay, so non-metals have low melting and boiling point, except exception is there. Diamond is a form of carbon which is a non-metal. Diamond is a non-metal, and graphite is also non-metals, but their melting and boiling point is very high. Diamond melting and boiling point of diamond is very high. Okay, density means mass per unit volume. Density of solids is very high. Okay, so solids have high density, except which metals have low densities? Lithium, sodium, potassium. These metals are lighter metals, lighter than water. Okay, so this metal have low density. Okay, and non-metals have low density except iodine, graphite, diamond. These are non-metals but have high density. Okay, iodine, graphite and diamond. And strength, that is capacity to withstand force or pressure. Strength of metals is very high, that is metals have high strength except zinc, but non-metals have low strength except carbon fiber. And last property is hardness means difficulty in cutting into pieces. Metals are hard except sodium and potassium, which can be cut with a knife, but non-metals are very soft. Exception is there, diamond, which is hardest known natural substance. Okay, although diamond is a non-metal, it is hardest known natural substance. Okay, so these are some properties of metals and non-metals. Now see the difference in chemical properties. Difference in chemical property between metals and non-metals. So metals and non-metals differ greatly in their chemical properties, and comparison is given in tabular form. So first is valence electron. Metals have generally 1, 2 or 3 valence electron. Valence electron means outermost electron present in the outermost shell of metal. Generally 1, 2 or 3 electrons are present in the valence shell of metals, but in case of non-metals 4, 5, 6 or 7, except hydrogen. Hydrogen has only 1 electron in its valence shell, and helium has 2 electron in its valence shell. These two are exception. Generally non-metals have 4, 5, 6 or 7 valence electron, except hydrogen and helium, and metals have 1, 2 or 3 valence electron. Formation of ions. Metals form mostly positive ion or cations. Mostly cations are formed by metals, and non-metals form anion. Okay, most non-metals are mostly negatively charged ions, that is anions. They form anions. Nature of oxide of metal. Nature of oxide of metal. Metallic oxide are basic in nature. Mostly metallic oxide are basic in nature, and mostly acidic in nature. Non-metallic oxide are acidic in nature. Okay, and some non-metallic oxide are neutral in nature. Most of the non-metallic oxide are acidic in nature, and most of the metallic oxide are basic in nature. And atomicity means number of atoms in one molecules. Atomicity of metals are mostly monoatomic. Okay, monoatomic metals are mostly monoatomic, but non-metals are diatomic, triatomic, polyatomic, except noble gases are monoatomic gases. Okay, noble gases are monoatomic. So these are some difference in chemical properties between metals and non-metals. Now see the position of metals and non-metals in the periodic table. Periodic table arrangement. Periodic table means arrangement of different elements in a tabular form. In periodic table, in modern periodic tables, non-metals are present in this side. Okay, non-metals, that is in for 13 group 13, 14, 15, 16 and 17 and 18, and all these elements are metallic in nature. All these elements are metallic in nature. Okay, that is group 1, 2, group 3 to 12, and this lanthanide, actinide, all these elements are metallic in nature. Okay, so metals are placed on the left side of the periodic table, and non-metals are placed on the right side of the periodic table. Okay. Next day I will discuss about corrosion of metals. Thank you, students.